we know are more concerned about this government shutdown than the COVID-19 virus. COVID-19 is here to stay. There have been far more deaths with swine flu than this virus, and the county was not shut down. Our business cannot afford to wait until the end of the month. This is usually our busiest season, which carries us the rest of the year. We're responsible for 15 families. I can't believe that the amount of money our government is spending on this. How many people died to make this country free? And the government is running roughshod over them. This is nothing more than a ploy to get rid of our president and or to usher in a new world order. The CDC has been wrong, excuse me, on every single so-called model. I am sorry for the families that are experiencing loss, but we will be experiencing the loss of our country as we know it. This is Wilma Byers. Okay, I've got two other emails. The next is from Carrie Simmering, who did not provide a callback number, but this is a short email. Do y'all believe that this order is commensurate with the actual threat in Hunt County? It is my opinion that making people stay at home and wait for government checks is un-American. Also, Hunt County is not Dallas County. I wouldn't try to line up with anything Clay Jenkins suggested. Also, I vote in every election. Carrie Simmering. Okay, and there's one more. This is from the lady that I mentioned earlier with Vapor Train, and her email or phone number is not on this email. Let me look it up from yesterday's email.
Huh. I'm a lady, Bruce.
Huh?
I'm a lady. How come I don't feel like a lady?
You're beautiful.
I'm recording this.
Hi, this is Daniel Reyes, the attorney for Hunt County that called you yesterday about the vape store question. Hi, this is Daniel Reyes, the attorney for Hunt County that called you yesterday about the vape store questions. Okay, do you want to make, do a 3-minute public comment to the commissioners? Okay, I'm gonna put, okay, could I get you to do me a favor and turn the television or the computer all the way down so we don't have feedback? Okay, thank you. I'm gonna put you on speaker. You'll say your name, and I guess you said your husband wants to make comments as well. Okay, do you wanna talk at the same time, or do you want 3 separate 3-minute?
We should have done 3 separate 3-minute comments, or 2 separate 3-minute comments.
All right, you're on speakerphone.
Oh yes, good morning. This is Bruce and Missy Fabinger of Greenville, Texas. We own a small essential retail business, a Vapor Train, and we've been in business since 2013 and have grown our business dramatically over that time. We feel that vaping stores, not only ours, but across the great state of Texas, is an essential business. We provide smoking cessation for people who don't want to smoke cigarettes. The products that you receive and purchase at these convenience stores and grocery stores are older products. They're outdated. They usually have dust on them. We provide e-liquids and coils and batteries and everything that is essential for our customers to continue to vape legally without having to go back to smoking. And some of our older customers who can't reach out to us and purchase these products are scared that they're going to go back and pick up a cigarette, because the vaping industry is an essential to their health and to their daily way of life without having to smoke actual cigarettes. So we feel, and even before Walmart started doing this, I think, like 2 days ago, putting up their markers and their screens and having their employees wear masks. We were doing that. We were doing curbside service. We were having a station set up for hand sanitizing. For our workers had masks, and we were able to conduct business safely. And we were doing that before even Walmart. I mean, even Home Depot. Had to run in the other day. My husband did, and half the store wasn't even wearing. The employees weren't wearing masks or gloves or anything. And we've been doing that. And we rarely have 6 to 8 customers come by our store in an hour because it's a quick business. It's in and out, and there's no loitering. There's no hanging around. People get what they need and they leave. So we feel that this is totally essential to our community and to the health of our customers.
Okay. You have about a half minute left if your husband wanted to make some comments as well.
It's probably best he doesn't at this point. We're just so frustrated. Our business brings in $5,000 to $8,000 a week, and that's a hard blow, a hard hit to be closed for a month and further than that. We employ 3 employees. We can't even get unemployment for them quick enough because it's a lot of money going through the store, but it's not like a get-rich thing. But it does provide a huge economic stand for the community and for ourselves. It's enough for us to live and be able to pay our bills. But after 6 to 8 weeks, it's going to be devastating to us and our employees.
Thank you very much for your comments. I've got to go to the other comments now. Thank you, then.
Thank you.
There's been a couple of other comments that have come in, or questions. One is from Brad Keller. He just wants me to read this on the air. If someone has a question as to whether a business is considered exempt under the emergency order or wishes to call in a question or complain as to how to proceed, what number should they call? And may you read my email on the air. We cannot tell people whether specific businesses are exempt. What we can do is look at the categories. Probably 95% of the questions we get are very obvious. Sometimes, like with golf and with church and other things that are more specifically explained in the resolution or in the FAQ, it's not something that we're able to give. It's basically like giving legal advice, and we can't do that because the way that this is set up is as a rule that is criminally enforceable, and criminal enforceability comes in under a Class B misdemeanor, which can give you, if you violate it and meet the requirements for prosecution, then you can get up to 180 days of jail and a $1,000 fine. And so that would be, any prosecutions would be up to the county attorney, the elected county attorney, Joel, to bring charges under. And so we, county, which is in charge of drafting this, can't then give legal advice to people who may be subject to criminal violations if they violate it. What we can do is get questions about large or about areas of business and scopes of business, and then answer those publicly so that the entire public gets notice of it at the same time, and do that on the website. And so to answer the first question about how to get information about that, I would urge everybody who is interested, first of all, to read the FAQ. The FAQ is on the county website under the, there's a very large banner at the top that says COVID-19. That's the general COVID-19 updates, like how many people are sick and how many people have passed away. Underneath that, there's a second very large banner that says County FAQ. That's where the FAQ is, and we've been updating it constantly. Every time we do new research because of a question, it's in that packet. in the FAQ. And so that's the first thing they need to do. However, if it doesn't say specifically, and there's definitely going to be some situations where it doesn't say, then there's a portal at the bottom of that page that goes directly to my office with questions, legal questions about the legal meaning of certain sections. So we don't give advice on the phone. We do sometimes tell people, especially people who call in and ask if they can go fishing, since we know the answer, and the answer is yes, we tell them yes. But if people ask more complicated questions like, what about Hobby Lobby? Can Hobby Lobby stay open? There was a lot of complaints when they were open, and we did research related to that. And before anything really happened, they decided to close nationally. But there's going to be businesses in the middle that aren't fishing for food and aren't something that might clearly need to be shut down. So those should all be asked through the portal. And as far as complaints, Brad says, if somebody wishes to call in a question or complaint as to how to proceed, we don't do questions because we've got obligations to maintain records of every single thing that we do under the Open Meetings Act. And so we're certainly not answering phone call questions about that. Sometimes people call in with simple questions and we'll call them and say, yes, you can go fishing. But questions need to come in through that item. Complaints need to go to whichever law enforcement officer or department is going to be handling things in that area. So if you're in the city of Greenville, those would need to go to the Greenville Police Department. If you're out in the unincorporated part of the county, it need to go to the Hunt County Sheriff's Office. Okay, I have one other comment that's come in so far. It's Brent Money, he's on the city council. He's not making this comment in his capacity as a city councilman, though, I'm sorry. Hey, it's Daniel. I got your comment, and we're in the public comment section right now. Are you ready to make comments? Okay, I'm going to put you in and get this say your name, and then my name is Stephen Khan.
They do this every week. I'll be calling and emailing next week as well. And he said that he couldn't find any other vape stores open. I will give them the list so long.
Park Street in
Hey, I'm sorry. Would you start over? My phone didn't catch that first part.
Okay, sure. My name is Brent Money. I live at 2403 Park Street in Greenville. I understand the difficult decisions that this court and lots of commissioners' courts and governors' offices and have had to make regarding this coronavirus pandemic. I understand the seriousness of the threat and the feelings that at the time justified a call for kind of an emergency break on our economy and shut everything down until we could figure out what's going on. However, at this point, it's been about a month of that, and I think it's time for our county, especially, which is far less densely populated than the counties that are really the hot spots across the country, to transition from a model that's a close unless it's essential, to a model that's open unless it's unsafe. There are a lot of businesses in our county that could be open right now very safely. And what's happening is, as those mom and pop shops can't open because it's unsafe, it's flooding more people into more densely populated big box stores. And really creating not only an unfair competition to our local people, but also forcing a large number of people into confined spaces and making it, I guess, presumably less safe there. And so to the extent that I know that we have the governor's orders and we're kind of all waiting to some degree to hear what he's going to say, hear what the president's going to say. I'm just really urging you guys as our county leaders to not do anything more restrictive than required and not do anything that is going to anything more strict than is required to keep us safe. But let us use our good judgment and know what can be open safely with people washing their hands, having disinfectant at the door when people come in or when they leave, wearing masks, those kinds of things. But let these businesses open. We need people to be able to make a living around here. And so I don't envy the position that you're in. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but instead of a close unless it's essential, let's move to open unless it's unsafe. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. An email that says vapor train, which is I think the lady that we spoke with earlier, I think that's her email address, but I'm not sure. It's just a couple of lines, so I'm just going to read those out loud. We, being a vape shop, are an essential business. We can safely conduct curbside service and keep our social distancing. We have in place, even before big box stores, to keep our customers and workers safe. What is sold at convenience stores is old and outdated. That's the end of the public comments that people have made to this website.
Okay, it's time we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, got any questions, comments? Since this is on the agenda, we're not allowed to talk about those comments, Dana, since it is on the agenda.
No, I mean, when you're doing the discussion, you can certainly talk about any of the comments.
Just can't reply back
we
to
can,
them, yeah.
Yeah, we can't reply to them directly, but we can talk about the content of their comments.
Just I wanted that for clarity in case anybody had a comment. So.
Sure.
Anybody got any comments, questions, or thoughts?
The essential business list we're using is basically the same one as the governor's, correct?
Yes.
So even included, it's still limited by the state on the vapor store, correct?
That's my understanding.
So
And
we have no control over whether we can open a vapor store or not.
well, what ours regulates is business, what the governor's regulates is people. But if people can't go out, then their employees wouldn't be able to be there. That's my understanding. Now, when I talked to a couple of vape store owners earlier, they said that other counties were allowing curbside pickup. I researched that online and couldn't find anything that said that. And so I don't know if that's something that they got by calling an individual person at a county or a city and saying, hey, can we do this? And then got an answer that may have been right or may have been wrong. I haven't seen anything to indicate, I mean, certainly vape stores, just as a general item, are not included in the list that have been included by the governor in the executive order, which are put out by the state and the U.S. government.
I'd like to say something right here. I'm very proud of this commissioner's court and what decisions that we have made. And I understand that, this part of the resolution and all this, and we're gonna go on and advance that to April the 30th, 11:59. But I tell you what, I think we made a great decision on stopping that on the 17th. And
Philip Martin, who is speaking currently as the commissioner over the Quinlan area.
We didn't go to
Philip Martin.
In reference to the governor. I foresee, and I think a lot of other people foresee, that we're about 2 weeks behind the rest of
Philip
the
Martin
country.
can be reached at 903-662-5332.
Last week they said it would be a bad time and people were gonna die, and also the following week. Right now, I think this is coming to Hunt County. And we've got to maintain and continue doing what the governor's asked us to, and basically, and I feel good in what we have done. And I think that it would be ridiculous if we lifted any of these things that we have going as far as caring about the people. Because I tell you what, I feel like the next week or the next 2 weeks, which this last week, we've already increased in cases, and we've increased in deaths. I understand that people are hurting. I understand that people are closing stores down as far as livelihoods and stuff like this. But this is not for me, it's not for us, it's for the people that we make these hard decisions. And I feel good about the decision that this Commissioner's Court is making, or have made also.
Okay, anybody else?
Then everything needs to be shut down.
I'd like to say that, you know, there's not one of us up here that ever wanted to put a business.
That's
out of
our
business
county
that
judge,
actually
Bobby
shut it down.
Stovall.
I think every one of us, as Philip said, I think we're doing the best we can to protect public safety and protect our health care providers and our health care system. I think the slowdown, I think our country was not prepared for this. Our state wasn't prepared for it, and nobody knew anything about this virus. And as we learn more, I think opinions are changing, and I think I stated earlier, I think in the next few weeks, we're gonna see major changes on the national and state level, and hopefully those changes will allow flexibility to open up businesses and open the economy back up. I hope and pray for that every day. I think the country needs it. I think this community needs it, and I know that I will be a vote to open it up as soon as it's feasible to do in order to keep our public still safe and still protect our health departments and our medical providers and our hospital and not do damage to our citizens. And with that, Commissioners, I will entertain a motion for approval of action item number 1 to end on April 30th at 11:59 p.m.
They've just
So moved.
extended the
Second.
shelter in place till
Got a
April
motion, second, any
30th.
discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 2, the quarterly
There you
report
have
of Audie
it.
Murphy. of
I'm
American
really
Property
disappointed more
Museum.
people
Susan Lane
didn't
has,
participate in this. It was a great way to have your voice heard. This will again be live next Tuesday, I believe. And even I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was going to be because I thought it was in the afternoon. So we'll be posting and sharing this for everyone to get on again next week and make your voice heard. A lot of people don't believe it makes a difference, but I truly believe in using your voice to be heard and making your statement. So we are going to be looking at this week, definitely putting in place some mail order options. So message us and we will get you going. Thank you. Everybody stay safe and have a blessed day.